3, 4. The Petes go marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. The Petes go marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. The Petes go marching one by one. The groovy one stops to have some fun, and they all go marching down to town to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. The Petes go marching 2 by 2, hurrah, hurrah. The Petes go marching 2 by 2, hurrah, hurrah. The Petes go marching 2 by 2. The groovy one stops to meet the crew, and they all go marching down to town to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. The Petes go marching 3 by 3, hurrah, hurrah. The Petes go marching 3 by 3, hurrah, hurrah. The Petes go marching 3 by 3. The groovy one stops for a tambourine, and they all go marching down to town to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. The Petes go marching 4 by 4, hurrah, hurrah. The Petes go marching 4 by 4, hurrah, hurrah. The Petes go marching 4 by 4. The groovy one stops by at the store, and they all go marching down to town to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. Music store. The Petes go marching 5 by 5, hurrah, hurrah. The Petes go marching 5 by 5, hurrah, hurrah. The Petes go marching 5 by 5. The groovy one stops to take a drive, and they all go marching down to town to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. The Petes go marching 6 by 6, hurrah, hurrah. The Petes go marching 6 by 6, hurrah, hurrah. The Petes go marching 6 by 6. The groovy one stops to pick up sticks, and they all go marching down to town to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. The Petes go marching 7 by 7, hurrah, hurrah. The Petes go marching 7 by 7, hurrah, hurrah. The Petes go marching 7 by 7. The groovy one stops to play rock and roll heaven, and they all go marching down to town to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. The Petes go marching 8 by 8, hurrah, hurrah. The Petes go marching 8 by 8, hurrah, hurrah. The Petes go marching 8 by 8. The groovy one stops for his bandmates, and they all go marching down to town to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. The Petes go marching 9 by 9, hurrah, hurrah. The Petes go marching 9 by 9, hurrah, hurrah. The Petes go marching 9 by 9. The groovy one stops to check the time, and they all go marching down to town to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. The Petes go marching 10 by 10, hurrah, hurrah. The Petes go marching 10 by 10, hurrah, hurrah. The Petes go marching 10 by 10. The groovy one stops to shout the end, and they all go marching down to town to get out of the rain. Hello, friends! In this book, Pete the Kitty and the Unicorn's Missing Colors, you'll be going on a fun adventure. Are you ready to read? Here we go! Pete sees his friend Stevie the unicorn at the playground. Stevie looks sad. Hi, Stevie, says Pete. What's wrong? The magic unicorn dance party is tonight, says Stevie. But I lost all the colors in my rainbow tail. I can help, says Pete. We can use my magic paintbrush. Where did you last see your colors? Pete asks. Stevie says, when I was playing in the park. The park is very big. Stevie looks worried. We'll never find my colors before the dance party, Stevie says. Which colors are you missing? Asks Pete. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple are gone, Stevie says. Look! Pete points his magic brush at a berry patch. Let's borrow some red. Pop! A magic red blaze appears in Stevie's tail. Wow! Says Stevie. Now we know what to do, says Pete. Great, says Stevie. Do green next. Green is everywhere, says Pete. The grass is green. The trees are green. Pop! Stevie's tail gets a green blaze. Stevie prances. That butterfly is yellow, says Pete. Pop! Stevie's tail gets a yellow blaze. Hurry, Pete, says Stevie. 3 more colors to go. This flower is orange, says Pete. Pop! Stevie's tail gets an orange blaze. Keep going, Pete, Stevie says. The party starts soon. The lake is blue, Pete says. Pop! Stevie's tail gets a blue blaze. 1 more left, says Stevie. The clouds are purple, shouts Pete. Pop! Stevie's tail gets a purple blaze. Yay! Pete and Stevie cheer. Stevie jumps for joy. Pete found all the missing colors. I love my rainbow tail, says Stevie. Come with me to the party. Stevie and Pete dance at the Magic Unicorn Dance Party. Stevie's rainbow tail is a big hit. Thanks, Pete, says Stevie. It's cool to help friends, says Pete. The end. Pete the Cat. Valentine's Day is Cool by Kimberly and James Dean. It was the day before Valentine's Day, and Pete was riding his skateboard home when he saw his friend Callie. She was holding a big red heart that said, Love. Have you finished your Valentine's Day cards? Asked Callie. No, Valentine's Day is not cool, Pete said. Oh, Pete, Valentine's Day is my favorite holiday. It's the day to tell people how special they are to you, Callie insisted. Pete skated on, but something in the back of his mind told him that Callie might be right. By the time Pete got home, he had decided that Callie was right about Valentine's Day. So he got out his pencils, paper, crayons, markers, and sat down at the kitchen table. First, Pete started to work on a card for his friend Larry. Pete made several cards with big red hearts, but he was not happy with his work. Pete wanted to make the perfect cards for every cat in his class. I'll never get all these cards done in time, Pete told his mom. Pete's mom smiled. Just do your best, she said. Just tell Larry why he's cool. There's something cool about every cat. Pete got back to work. He thought hard what was cool about Larry. To Larry, Happy Valentine's Day from Pete. Perfect, Pete said. After that, it didn't take Pete long to make cards for all the boys. To Josh, to Trey, to Rob, to John. Then Pete made special cards for all the girls and wrote Love, Pete on each one. And of course, he made the biggest heart-shaped card for his mom. The next day, Pete and Callie waited for the bus together. I decided you were right. Valentine's Day is cool. That's awesome, Callie said. By the way, I am having a Valentine's Day party at my house after school, if you want to come. The bus pulled up then, and Pete and Callie got on. Mr. Ted, the bus driver, smiled and said good morning. But as soon as they were in their seats, Pete put his head in his paws. What's wrong? Callie asked. I forgot to make a card for Mr. Ted, he cried. Then Pete thought, but I can make him an awesome card before we get to school. Pete pulled out a piece of paper and colorful pencil from his backpack. He began to draw. Happy Valentine's Day. Thanks for picking us up every day for school, Pete and Callie said as they handed Mr. Ted his Valentine. Thank you, Mr. Ted told them. You just made my day. What about Mrs. Gold, the crossing guard? We need to make her a Valentine too, Pete practically shouted. Let's do it, Callie said. Let's make Valentines for everyone. Pete and Callie got super busy making cards for everyone. To Mrs. Gold, Happy Valentine's Day to the police. Happy Valentine's Day to the fireman. Happy Valentine's Day to the librarian. After school, Pete went to Callie's party. He rang the bell and then he froze. Callie opened the door only to find her friend in a panic. What's wrong, Pete? I forgot something very important, Pete admitted. What? Callie asked. I just realized I forgot to make a card for you, Pete said. That's okay, Pete. Cards are just a way of showing you care. Hanging out with you, that's way better than any card. This is the best Valentine's Day ever. And happy Valentine's Day to you. Love, Pete. The end. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay tuned for many more cool stories like this one. Today we are going to read Pete the Kitty, Wash Your Hands by Kimberly and James Dean. Wash your hands, says Mom. Okay, says Pete the Kitty. I'm done. Pete's hands are not clean. I'll help you, says Bob. Watch me. Turn on the water, Bob says. Then wet your hands. Splish. Scrub your hands with soap. Scrub, scrub, scrub. Rinse your hands with water. Splash. Then dry your hands. Rub, rub, rub. Now you try it, Bob says. Splish, scrub, splash, rub. Ta-da, says Pete. Great job, says Bob. We must wash our hands many times a day, says Bob. When? Asks Pete. Wash your hands after you play. Splish, scrub, splash, rub. Wash your hands when you throw trash away. Splish, scrub, splash, rub. Wash your hands before you eat. Splish, scrub, splash, rub. Wash your hands after a treat. Splish, scrub, splash, rub. Wash your hands when someone is sick. Splish, scrub, splash, rub. Wash your hands if you just have to pick. Splish, scrub, splash, rub. Wash your hands if you sneeze, cough, or blow. Splish, scrub, splash, rub. And please, wash your hands after you go. Splish, scrub, splash, rub. I've got it, says Pete. Thank you, Bob. Have fun, Bob says. Splish, scrub, splash, rub. Did you wash your hands? Mom asks. Yes, says Pete. Keeping clean is good. Pete the Cat, I Love My White Shoes. Story by Eric Littman, aka Mr. Eric. Art by James Dean. Pete the Cat was walking down the street in his brand new white shoes. Pete loved his white shoes so much, he sang this song. I love my white shoes. I love my Pete stepped in a large pile of strawberries. What color did it turn his shoes? Red! Did Pete cry?
Goodness, no!
He kept walking along and singing his song. Everything is cool. I love my red shoes. 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 I love my red. Oh no! Pete stepped in a large pile of blueberries. What color did it turn his shoes? Blue! Did Pete cry?
Goodness, no!
He kept walking along and singing his song. Awesome! I love my blue shoes. 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 I love my... Oh no! Pete stepped in a large pile of mud. What color did it turn his shoes? Brown! Did Pete cry?
Goodness, no!
He kept walking along and singing his song. Groovy! I love my brown shoes. 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 I love my... Oh no! Pete stepped in a bucket of water. And all the brown, and all the blue, and all the red were washed away. What color were his shoes again? White! But now they were wet. Did Pete cry?
Goodness, no!
He kept walking along and singing his song. Rock and roll! I love my wet shoes. 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 The moral of Pete's story is, no matter what you step in, keep walking along and singing your song, because it's all good. The end. Hello, friends. Today we are going to read Pete the Kitty's Cozy Christmas by Kimberly and James Dean. Pete the Kitty wakes up on a snowy day. It's Christmas Eve. I'll wear my cozy Christmas sweater, says Pete. Pete's mom is putting up the Christmas tree. Pete wants to help decorate. He hangs a glittery ornament on the highest branch. Mom helps. Pete goes out to play in the snow. Don't forget your hat, says Mom. Mom brings him hot cocoa and his hat. After everyone has gone to bed, Pete hears Santa. He tiptoes down the stairs to check. Ho, 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 says Santa. Merry Christmas. There are lots of presents under the tree. You've been a very good kitty, says Santa. Thanks, says Pete. This has been a very good Christmas. The end. Hello, friends. Today we are going to read Pete the Cat. I Love Pete the Kitty by James Dean. Pete is a very happy kitty. He loves everything. Pete loves the playground. He loves the swing set and the slide and riding his skateboard. Pete loves the beach. He loves playing in the sand and watching the waves. Pete loves school, he loves his teacher and art class and learning new things. Pete loves music. He loves playing guitar and singing songs. Pete loves all kinds of books. Funny books, bedtime books, and books about dinosaurs. Pete loves to eat. He loves ice cream and ice pops and birthday cake. Pete loves his friends. He loves to play tag and have pool parties. Pete loves his brother Bob. He loves going to the park with Bob. Bob is the best at flying kites. Pete loves his mom and dad. He loves when they hug him and kiss his nose and tickle his belly. Pete loves his family, his friends, and his school. Pete loves everything.
We love you too, Pete.
The end. Let's learn with Pete the cat. You know that Pete the cat thinks numbers are super cool. But today, he wants to teach you about what you can do with numbers. Are you ready to learn about numbers with Pete? It'll be really fun. First, can you help people count to 10? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great! Now let's see what happens when we put those numbers together. Pete has one cupcake. Grumpy Toad gives him another cupcake. Now Pete has 2 cupcakes. 1, 2. 1 cupcake plus 1 cupcake is 2 cupcakes. 1 plus 1 is 2. When you add 2 numbers together, you get a bigger number. That's called addition. Let's try it again. How many mittens is Squirrel wearing? 1. He puts on another mitten. Now how many mittens do you see? 1, 2. Squirrel was wearing 1 mitten, and now he's wearing 2. 1 mitten plus 1 mitten is 2 mittens. 1 plus 1 is 2. Got it? Radical. Owl is wearing 1 pair of sunglasses. He decides to be silly and put on another pair of sunglasses. Now how many pairs of sunglasses is Owl wearing? 1, 2. Owl was wearing 1 pair of sunglasses and now he's wearing 2. 1 pair of sunglasses plus 1 pair of sunglasses is 2 pair of sunglasses. 1 plus 1 is 2. How many flowers does Callie have? 1. She picks another flower. Now how many flowers does Callie have? 1, 2. Callie had 1 flower and now she has 2. 1 flower plus 1 flower is 2 flowers. 1 plus 1 is 2. You're getting the hang of it. Ready to learn a little bit more about addition? How many apples do you see? 1, 2. Turtle has 2 apples. If he gets another apple, how many apples does he have now? Let's count. 1, 2, 3. Turtle had 2 apples. He got another apple. So now he has 3. 2 apples plus 1 apple is 3 apples. 1, 2, 3. 2 plus 1 is 3. Gus has one big drum to play. Then he gets two more little drums. Wow, now he has a whole set. How many drums does Gus have now? 1, 2, 3. Gus had one drum, then he got two more drums, and now he has 3. One drum plus 2 drums is 3 drums. 1 plus 2 is 3. Grumpy Toad has 3 pieces of pizza. 1, 2, 3. If Grumpy Toad gets 2 more pieces of pizza, how many pieces will he have? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now Grumpy Toad has 5 pieces of pizza. 3 pieces of pizza plus 2 pieces of pizza makes 5 pieces of pizza. Slow down, Grumpy Toad. How many skateboards is Pete riding? 1, 2. Pete wants to be as radical as possible, so he gets 3 more skateboards and rides them all at once. Now how many skateboards is Pete riding? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now Pete is riding 5 skateboards. 2 skateboards plus 3 skateboards is 5 skateboards. 2 plus 3 is 5. Where's your helmet, Pete? That's better. How many hats is Alligator wearing? 1, 2. Alligator is wearing 2 hats. He puts on another hat. Now how many hats do you see? 1, 2, 3. 3 hats. He puts on another hat. How many hats is Alligator wearing now? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now Alligator is wearing 4 hats. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alligator was wearing 2 hats and then he added 2 more. Now he has 4 hats. 2 plus 2 is 4. That's too many hats, Alligator. Congratulations! Now you know addition. Good job! Wow, that was so groovy. Thanks for learning with Pete the Cat. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Let's learn to subtract with Pete the Cat. Pete loves learning about numbers with you. Today he wants to learn about subtraction. Do you know what subtraction is? That's okay. Pete and his friends will show you how it's done. Are you ready to learn about subtraction with Pete? It'll be really fun. Gus is holding 2 drumsticks. 1, 2. Oh no, he dropped one. How many drumsticks does he have now? 1. Now Gus has just 1 drumstick. Gus had 2 drumsticks and took 1 drumstick away, and now he has just 1. 2 drumsticks. Minus 1 drumstick is 1 drumstick. 2 minus 1 is 1. You just did subtraction. We subtract to show how much we have left. Let's try it again. How many cheeseburgers does Alligator have? Let's count. 1, 2. Alligator has 2 cheeseburgers. He gives 1 cheeseburger to Callie. Now how many cheeseburgers does Alligator have? 1. Alligator has just 1 cheeseburger. If you have 2 cheeseburgers and you take away 1, then you have 1 cheeseburger left. 2 cheeseburgers minus 1 cheeseburger is 1 cheeseburger. 2 minus 1 is 1. I think you're getting it. Let's do a couple more like this. Grumpy Toad has 2 helmets. 1 helmet falls off the back of his motorcycle. Now, how many helmets does Grumpy Toad have? 1. Grumpy Toad only has 1 helmet. If you have 2 helmets and you take 1 away, you only have 1 helmet left. 2 minus 1 is 1. Turtle has 2 apples. 1, 2. He gives 1 apple away. Now, how many apples does Turtle have? Turtle has 1 apple. He had 2 and gave away 1, and now he has just 1 apple left. 2 apples minus 1 apple is 1 apple. 2 minus 1 is 1. You got it. When you subtract, you end up with less than what you started with. Let's try it with some different numbers. How many groovy buttons does Pete have? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4 buttons. Pete has 4 groovy buttons. Uh-oh, 2 popped off. How many buttons does Pete have left? 1, 2. Now Pete has just 2 groovy buttons. If you take 2 away from 4, then you have 2 left. 4 buttons minus 2 buttons is 2 buttons. 4 minus 2 is 2. How many bananas does Callie have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Callie has 5 bananas. If she gives away 4 of the bananas, how many bananas does Callie have now? 1. Now Callie has just 1 banana. Callie had 5 bananas and gave away 4 bananas, so now she has 1 banana. 5 bananas minus 4 bananas is 1 banana. 5 minus 4 is 1. Squirrel has 3 skateboards. He gives away 2 skateboards. How many skateboards does Squirrel have now? 1. Squirrel had 3 skateboards and gave away 2 skateboards. And now he has just 1 skateboard. 3 skateboards minus 2 skateboards is 1 skateboard. 3 minus 2 is 1. Can you help us count Owl's teddy bears? 1, 2, 3, 4. Owl has 4 teddy bears. If he gives away 1 teddy bear, how many teddy bears does Owl have left? 1, 2, 3. Now Owl has 3 teddy bears. Owl had 4 teddy bears and gave away 1 teddy bear. So now he has 3 teddy bears left. 4 teddy bears minus 1 teddy bear is 3 teddy bears. 4 minus 1 is 3. Turtle has 5 guitars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If he gives away 2 guitars, how many guitars does Turtle have left? 1, 2, 3. Now Turtle has 3 guitars. Turtle had 5 guitars and gave away 2 guitars. So now he has 3 guitars left. 5 guitars minus 2 guitars is 3 guitars. 5 minus 2 is 3. Hooray! You just learned subtraction. You did so well. Wow, that was so groovy. Thanks for learning with Pete the Cat. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Get ready to learn with Pete the Cat. Pete the Cat loves all 4 seasons. In the winter, Pete plays in the snow with his friends. In the spring, the rain makes the flowers grow. In the summer, It's hot, and Pete loves hanging out at the beach. In the autumn, the leaves change colors and fall to the ground. The 4 seasons are winter, spring, summer, and autumn. Out of sight. Can you help Pete and his friends understand the seasons? Here we go. The sun is out, and it's hot outside. Everything is bright. What season is it? It's summer. Now, the leaves on the trees are changing from green to orange and yellow. What season is this? It's autumn. Wow! All the leaves are gone from the trees and it's too cold to play outside unless you wear warm clothing. What season is this? It's winter. Winter is over. The rain helps the trees grow leaves again, and it's getting warmer. What season is it now? It's spring! Those are the 4 seasons. So cool! Let's do it again. It's snowing and very cold. What season is this? Winter! Now, the birds are back outside, singing their songs. What season is this? Spring! It's hot outside now. Time to play at the beach. What season is this? Summer! The leaves are falling, and we're going back to school to start a new grade. What season is this? Autumn! Great job! Wanna do it again? Awesome! Let's go! During Halloween, we put on costumes and go trick-or-treating. The leaves are such pretty colors. What season is Halloween in? That's right! Autumn! Time for the holidays. Some families celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa in this season. Sometimes it snows. What season is it now? You got it! Winter! The rain means the flowers are growing again and the bees are buzzing. Do you know what season it is? Wow! Spring! Right on! In what season do we get burned by the sun if we're not careful? Summer! Hot, hot, hot! You're really doing so good! Let's go again! Ready? All right! What season does Snowman live in? Oh! It's winter! What season did the bees start buzzing in? That's spring! What season is sunny and hot? Summer! What season makes the leaves change colors? It's autumn! I think you're getting the hang of it. Let's see if you can figure these out. It's raining, and the flowers are starting to grow again. What season do you think it is? That's right. It's spring. School's out for a while, and you get to play outside in the sunshine. What season do you think it is now? Summer! You got it! It's getting a little chilly, and you're back in school. What season do you think it is? Autumn! The holidays at the end of the year are coming up. Maybe it will snow. What season do you think it is now? Of course! It's winter! Good job! You're doing so well! Want to try some more? Great! What season is this one? Spring! What about this one? Winter! What season is this? Autumn! What do you think this season is? Summer! How about this one? Autumn! And this? Spring! What do you think? Winter! Which one is this? Summer! This one? Spring! What about this? Autumn! I think you really got it now. You did such a great job! Pete is very proud of you. The Earth has 4 seasons, and now you know what to look out for. So cool! Wow, that was so groovy. Thanks for learning with Pete the cat. See you next time. Hello, friends. Today we are going to read Pete the cat, Firefighter Pete. Story written and illustrated by James Dean. We are going on a class trip today, says Principal Nancy. She leads the class to a bright yellow bus. I wonder where we are going, says Pete. They are going to visit the firehouse today. The bus parks next to the bright red firehouse. Pete and his classmates are excited. The firehouse is huge. It's so big, it can hold 2 long red fire trucks and all of the firefighters' equipment. The firefighters show the kids around. They give everyone a turn to ring the old brass fire bell outside the firehouse. Then, all the kids take turns sliding down the firefighter's pole. Whee! Callie yells as she glides down. First, Pete puts on the heavy black overalls. Then, he steps into the tall black boots. A firefighter helps Pete put on the heavy yellow jacket. Finally, they place a hard black helmet on Pete's head. All this gear is very heavy. Pete can barely move. The firefighters allow the kids to explore one of the fire trucks. Callie sits in the driver's seat. She presses the horn. Brrr! It's so loud that all the kids cover their ears. Then Pete turns on the sirens and lights. The sirens blare. The lights flash red and yellow. Suddenly, a loud bell rings in the firehouse. Uh-oh, it's the fire alarm. There's a fire in town. Gear up, Pete! The firefighters scramble into their gear very quickly. Pete puts on his gear too. They all climb aboard the fire truck and turn on the siren and lights. Firefighter Pete and the firefighters are on their way. The fire engine races through town and the lights flash round and round. A firefighter presses the horn. All the other cars move out of the way. There's the fire. It's hot and loud. But the firefighters know exactly what to do. They work together as a team to connect the fire truck to the fire hydrant. Then, the firefighters also attach a long, heavy hose to the truck. Firefighter Pete gives the signal, and the firefighters turn on the water. Whoosh. The water gushes out very fast. Several firefighters must hold the hose to control it. Pete helps direct the hose as they spray the fire with water. The fire is starting to go out. There is smoke everywhere. Suddenly, Pete hears yelling from the roof. Oh no! It's Grumpy Toad. He needs to be rescued. The firefighters raise a long ladder from the truck. Crank, crank, crank. The ladder goes up and up and up. Firefighter Pete and another firefighter help Grumpy Toad climb down the ladder carefully. Yay! The fire is out and everyone is safe. The firefighters drive back to the firehouse. They take off all their gear. They pat Pete on the back and say, "Firefighter Pete helped save the day. Good job, Pete." The end. Hello, friends. Today we are going to read Pete the Cat's Snow Days, written and illustrated by James Dean. Pete the cat wakes up and gets ready for school. He has show and tell today there. "There is no school today," says Pete's mom. "It's a snow day." "Hooray!" yells Pete. "Let's go sledding," says Pete. "Great idea," says his brother Bob. Pete puts on his hat, boots, and mittens. "I'm ready to go," he says. On the way, Pete makes snowballs. He throws one at Bob. Bob throws one back. Pete makes a snow cat. "Snow days are way more fun than school days," he says. "Sledding Hill, here we come," says Pete. He can't wait to get there. Pete waves to Callie. "Come sledding with us," he says. The hill is big. Trey and Emma look small at the top. Crunch, crunch goes the snow as Pete, Bob, and Callie go up, up, up. Whee! They yell as they go down, down, down. "I love snow days," says Pete. On the way home, Pete and Bob stop at Trey's house. The hot chocolate is yummy. "What a fun day," says Pete. "Tomorrow at school, I'll tell my class all about it." Pete wakes up to more snow. It's not a school day. It's another snow day. Pete makes a snow fort. He throws snowballs. He makes a snow dog. Then he has fun sledding. He can't wait to tell his teacher about it. But the next day is a snow day too. There's too much snow. Pete and Bob can barely even open the front door. "Before you go sledding, please shovel the walk," says Mom. But shoveling is hard work. When Pete is done, he's too tired to go sledding. Pete misses his teacher. He misses the other cats in his class. Pete can't wait to go back to school tomorrow. But when Pete wakes up, it's snowing. "Oh no!" he says. "Not another snow day." Pete wants to go to school. So Pete plows the streets all by himself. The other cats rush outside. They help clear the snow. Everyone wants to go to school. The streets are clear and safe. The bus can drive. School is open. All the kids are excited to see their teacher. He has a snow day show and tell. When it's Pete's turn, he tells everyone about the fun he had in the snow. "I love snow days," says Pete, "but I love school best." The end. Hello, friends. Today we're going to read Pete the Cat, Robo Pete, Story written and illustrated by James Dean. What a great sunny morning! Pete can't wait to play baseball with his friends. Do you want to play catch? Pete asks Larry. I can't, says Larry. I'm going to the library. Do you want to play catch? Pete asks Callie. I was about to go for a bike ride, says Callie. Do you want to play catch? Pete asks John. I can't right now, says John. I have to paint the fence. Pete wishes his friends would do what he wants to do. It's no fun playing catch all by himself. If only I knew another me. Pete thinks, and like that, Pete has a great idea. Pete builds a robot. He programs it to be just like him. Welcome to the world, Robo Pete, Pete says to the robot. You're my new best friend. We'll do everything together. And I want to play catch, says Pete. Great idea, says Robo Pete. Pete and Robo Pete play catch. Wow, says Pete, running after the ball. You sure can throw far. Robo Pete throws farther and farther until... Time out, says Pete as he tries to catch his breath. Let's play something else. I want to play whatever you want to play, Robo Pete says proudly. How about we play hide and seek, says Pete. That will be fun, says Robo Pete. Pete finds the best hiding place ever. He's sure Robo Pete will never find him. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, shouts Robo Pete. Ready or not, here I come. Gotcha, shouts Robo Pete, tagging Pete. Hey, how did you find me? Says Pete. With my homing device, says Robo Pete. I can find anyone, anywhere. Okay, enough hide and seek, says Pete. Let's play some guitar. Pete teaches Robo Pete how to play a song he made up. You have to feel the music, Pete explains. Okay, says Robo Pete. To feel it, I need to play loud, explains Robo Pete. Pete tries to stop Robo Pete, but Robo Pete can't hear him over the noise. This is fun, says Robo Pete. This is awful, says Pete the cat. Okay, says Robo Pete. Let's ride our skateboards instead. Before Pete can answer, Robo Pete's feet transform into a motorized skateboard with super speedy wheels. Let's go, Robo Pete shouts. Wait, calls Pete. Pete chases after Robo Pete. He has no idea where Robo Pete is going. Robo Pete crashes into the sandbox at the playground. Are you okay? Pete asks his robot. I am a robot. I am indestructible, says Robo Pete. What is this strange place? It's a playground, says Pete. He waves to his friends. This is Robo Pete, Pete says to Callie, Larry, and John. I made him myself. Cool, says Larry. We are going to help John finish painting, says Callie. And then we are going bike riding. I want to go on the slide, interrupts Robo Pete. Robo Pete, I want to help my friends paint the fence, Pete tells his robot. Paint the fence, that would be great, Robo Pete says. I am programmed to paint faster than anyone. Pete and his friends try to help, but Robo Pete paints too fast. So instead, they ride bikes and they read books, and after Robo Pete is done painting, they help him clean the brushes. Pete realizes that it doesn't matter what they do, just being with his friends is what makes it fun. The end. Hello, friends. Today we are going to read Pete the Cat, The First Thanksgiving by Kimberly and James Dean. Pete was nervous about being a pilgrim in his class's Thanksgiving play, the first Thanksgiving. "Just do your best," his best friend Callie said. Pete said he would try. He was ready. His mom had even made him a pilgrim hat, which was really cool. Happy Thanksgiving! Pete took his place at the front of the giant ship that his class had made out of cardboard. Pete was a pilgrim on the Mayflower. In 1620, a group of pilgrims decided to leave England for the New World to build a new life. It was a long, long trip on a big, big ship. All the pilgrims sang. The sea was rough and very dangerous. Many pilgrims got very, very sick. The dream of a new start in a new world made the hard trip all worth it. For more than 2 months, the pilgrims sailed. They wondered if they would ever get there. After 65 days on the ship, the new world finally came into view. "Land ho!" Pete cried. All the pilgrims did a happy dance. The pilgrims arrived in the New World at Plymouth Rock in what is now Massachusetts. Everyone had many chores to do, like growing food, finding water, and building shelters. The first winter in the New World was long and hard. In the spring, the pilgrims had to decide whether to give up and go back to England or keep trying. The pilgrims had heard about the Native Americans, and many worried that they would not be friendly. Pete had never met a cat he didn't like, so he thought they would be kind. Pete was right. He made a new friend in Squanto. Squanto and the other Native Americans showed the pilgrims how to grow crops like corn, beans, and squash. By summer, the pilgrims had learned how to farm the new land. By fall harvest, the pilgrims had plenty of food. To thank Squanto and the other Native Americans, the pilgrims invited them to share the harvest. This celebration became known as the First Thanksgiving. Pete was relieved when the play was over. He had remembered all his lines. "Wow, I never thought about how hard it was back then," said Pete. "You did great," Callie said. Later, at Thanksgiving dinner with his family, Pete said, "Let's all go around the table and say something we're thankful for." "I'm thankful for my family," said Pete's mom. "I'm thankful for my skateboard," said Bob. "I'm thankful for the brave pilgrims that started this new free world," said Pete. "What are you thankful for?" The end.
Five little pumpkins sitting on a gate. The first one said, "Oh my, it's getting late." The second one said, "There are witches in the air." The third one said, "But we don't care." The fourth one said, "Let's run and run and run." The fifth one said, "We're ready for
Trick
some
or
fun."
treat!
Then Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. When the blazing sun is gone, when he nothing shines upon, then you show your little light. Twinkle, twinkle all the night. In the dark blue sky you keep, often through my curtains peep, for you never shut your eye till the sun is in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. On the first day of Christmas, Pete gave to me a road trip to the sea. Groovy! On the second day of Christmas, Pete gave to me 2 fuzzy gloves and a road trip to the sea. Groovy! On the third day of Christmas, Pete gave to me 3 yummy cupcakes, 2 fuzzy gloves, and a road trip to the sea. Groovy! On the fourth day of Christmas, Pete gave to me 4 4-ounce surfboards, 3 yummy cupcakes, 2 fuzzy gloves, and a road trip to the sea. Groovy! On the fifth day of Christmas, Pete gave to me 5 onion rings, 4 4-ounce surfboards, 3 yummy cupcakes, 2 fuzzy gloves, and a road trip to the sea. Groovy! On the sixth day of Christmas, Pete gave to me 6 skateboards rolling, 5 onion rings, 4 4-ounce surfboards, 3 yummy cupcakes, 2 fuzzy gloves, and a road trip to the sea. On the seventh day of Christmas, Pete gave to me 7 concert tickets, 6 skateboards rolling, 5 onion rings, 4 4-ounce surfboards, 3 yummy cupcakes, 2 fuzzy gloves, and a road trip to the sea. Groovy! On the 8th day of Christmas, Pete gave to me 8 guitars strumming, 7 concert tickets, 6 skateboards rolling, 5 onion rings, 4 4-ounce surfboards, 3 yummy cupcakes, 2 fuzzy gloves, and a road trip to the sea. Groovy! On the 9th day of Christmas, Pete gave to me 9 ugly sweaters, 8 guitars strumming, 7 concert tickets, 6 skateboards rolling, 5 onion rings, 4 4-ounce surfboards, 3 yummy cupcakes, 2 fuzzy gloves, and a road trip to the sea. Groovy! On the 10th day of Christmas, Pete gave to me 10 slots to sleep in, 9 ugly sweaters, 8 guitars strumming, 7 concert tickets, 6 skateboards rolling, 5 onion rings, 4 4-ounce surfboards, 3 yummy cupcakes, 2 fuzzy gloves, and a road trip to the sea. Groovy! On the 11th day of Christmas, Pete gave to me
Missing Cupcakes by Kimberly and James Dean. Pete and Gus were as busy as could be. They were getting ready for the cupcake party. It started at 3. They were making cupcakes for everyone. Pete and Gus counted them just for fun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They had 10 when they were done. Oh no! Hang on! Some of the cupcakes were gone. They were sure there had been 10. Pete said, "Maybe we need to count again." They counted the cupcakes, lined up straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now there were only 8. It looked like someone had taken 2. But who? Pete and Gus did not know what to do. Just then, they found a clue. Gus said, "Look what I have found. Sprinkles on the ground." I bet it was Squirrel. She loves sprinkles. Squirrel said, "It wasn't me. It couldn't be. I've been at the spelling bee." Uh-oh! More cupcakes are missing. Come and see. This was too weird. 2 more cupcakes had disappeared. Now there were only 6. Someone must be playing tricks. But who? Pete and Gus did not know what to do. Just then, they found another clue. Pete said, "I bet it was an alligator. He loves to eat." Alligator said, "It wasn't me. It couldn't be. I've been learning my ABCs." Uh-oh! More cupcakes are missing. Come and see. Now there were only 4. Someone had taken 2 more. But who? Pete and Gus did not know what to do. Just then, they found another clue. "I bet it was Turtle," said Pete. "I know Turtle loves sweets." Turtle said, "It wasn't me. It couldn't be. I've been swimming in the sea." Uh-oh. More cupcakes are missing. Come and see. What on earth was going on? All the cupcakes were now gone. Oh, no. Pete and Gus did not know what to do. They started looking for another clue. They found Grumpy Toad with icing on his face. Pete and Gus have solved the case. "I am so sorry. It was me. I could not stop with just one. I ate and ate till there were none." Oh, no! Everyone agreed. Grumpy Toad would have to miss the fun. He could not come after what he had done. Pete said, "But wait, Grumpy Toad made a mistake. This is true. Let's give him a second chance. That's what friends do." Pete told Grumpy Toad they would give him another chance. He was excited. He did a happy dance. The night of the party was so much fun. Grumpy Toad brought more than enough cupcakes for everyone. The end. Learn to count with Pete the Kitty. Pete the Kitty thinks counting numbers is groovy. So get ready to count with Pete the Kitty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That was groovy. Now let's do it with all of Pete's friends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One more time. 1 banana, 2 bananas, 3 bananas, 4 bananas, 5 bananas, 6 bananas, 7 bananas, 8 bananas, 9 bananas, 10 bananas. Let's do it again. 1 pumpkin, 2 pumpkins, 3 pumpkins, 4 pumpkins, 5 pumpkins, 6 pumpkins, 7 pumpkins, 8 pumpkins, 9 pumpkins, 10 pumpkins. You're one cool cat. 1 soccer ball, 2 soccer balls, 3 soccer balls, 4 soccer balls, 5 soccer balls, 6 soccer balls, 7 soccer balls, 8 soccer balls, 9 soccer balls, 10 soccer balls. Pete wants to go again. 1 skateboard, 2 skateboards, 3 skateboards, 4 skateboards, 5 skateboards, 6 skateboards, 7 skateboards, 8 skateboards, 9 skateboards, 10 skateboards. Perfect! 1 more. 1 cupcake, 2 cupcakes, 3 cupcakes, 4 cupcakes, 5 cupcakes, 6 cupcakes, 7 cupcakes, 8 cupcakes, 9 cupcakes, 10 cupcakes. You got it! Let's do another. 1 surfboard, 2 surfboards, 3 surfboards, 4 surfboards, 5 surfboards, 6 surfboards, 7 surfboards, 8 surfboards, 9 surfboards, 10 surfboards. Rockin'! Let's count again. 1 school bus, 2 school buses, 3 school buses, 4 school buses, 5 school buses, 6 school buses, 7 school buses, 8 school buses, 9 school buses, 10 school buses. I think you can do 1 more. 1 guitar, 2 guitars, 3 guitars, 4 guitars, 5 guitars, 6 guitars, 7 guitars, 8 guitars, 9 guitars, 10 guitars. Great job! We hope you've had fun counting numbers with Pete the kitty. Get ready to learn with Pete the kitty. Pete the kitty is growing up fast, and he's ready to use the potty like a big cat. Do you want to learn how to use the potty with Pete? Let's go! Pete feels the need to go, go, go. He walks to the bathroom, sits down, and waits, and waits, and waits. Whoa! He did it! Next, it's time to wipe and push. First he wipes, and then he flushes the toilet. Bye-bye. But he's not done yet. After we use the potty, we need to wash our hands. Time to scrub those paws, Pete. Scrub-a-dub-dub with soap and water. Sparkling. Great job, Pete. Now let's go through that again. Pete the kitty felt the need to go potty. So he stopped what he was doing and walked to the bathroom. He sat down and he waited until he did it. Time to wipe and flush. See ya! Don't forget to wash those paws. TV. Pete the kitty went potty all by himself. But there's more. Pete keeps track every time he uses the potty. Once the chart is full, he gets a special reward. Maybe you'll get a prize for using the potty like a cool cat too. Rock on! I think you're ready. What are those steps again? Sit, wait, go, wipe, push, and wash. And don't forget to keep track of your progress. Remember, once you're all done, potty time can be fun. All right. Thanks for learning with Pete the kitty. See you next time. Bye-bye. Pete the Cat and His Magic Sunglasses by Kimberly and James Dean. Pete the cat did not feel happy. Pete had never, ever been grumpy before. Pete had the blue cat blues. Then, as if things were not bad enough, along came Grumpy Toad. Grumpy Toad was never happy. He always wore a frown. But Grumpy Toad was not grumpy today. He said, "These cool blue magic sunglasses make the blues go away. They help you see things in a whole new way." Pete put on the cool blue magic sunglasses. He looked all around. Right on! The birds are singing. The sky is bright. The sun is shining. I'm feeling all right. Pete thanked Grumpy Toad for the cool blue magic sunglasses. He went on his way, and soon he saw Squirrel. Squirrel did not look happy. Pete said, "What's wrong, Squirrel?" "I'm so mad. No! Nothing is going my way. I only found one acorn today." Pete said, "Try these cool blue magic sunglasses. They help you see things in a whole new way." Squirrel put on the cool blue magic sunglasses and looked all around. Awesome! The birds are singing. The sky is bright. The sun is shining. I'm feeling all right. Pete said goodbye to Squirrel and continued on his way. Soon he saw his friend Turtle. Turtle did not look happy. "What's wrong, Turtle?" Pete asked. "I'm so frustrated. Nothing is going my way. I'm all upside down today." Pete said, "Try these cool blue magic sunglasses. They help you see things in a whole new way." Turtle put on the cool blue magic sunglasses and looked all around. Far out! The birds are singing, the sky is bright, the sun is shining. I'm feeling all right. Pete kept rolling along until he saw Alligator. Alligator did not look happy. "What's wrong, Alligator?" Pete asked. "I'm so sad. Nothing is going my way. No one wants to play with me today." Pete said, "Try these cool blue magic sunglasses. They help you see things in a whole new way." Alligator put on the cool blue magic sunglasses and looked all around. Rockin'! The birds are singing, the sky is bright, the sun is shining. I'm feeling all right. Pete was rolling along and feeling all right when suddenly he fell back. The cool blue magic sunglasses went crack. Pete didn't know what to do without those sunglasses. Just then, Pete looked up at the tree. Wise old owl said,
Pete, you don't need magic sunglasses to see things in a whole new way. Just remember to see the good in every day.
Pete looked around without his sunglasses. Too cool! The birds are singing, the sky is bright, the sun is shining. We're feeling all right. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell for many more stories. See you next time. Pete the Cat and His Magic Sunglasses by Kimberly and James Dean. Pete the cat did not feel happy. Pete had never, ever been grumpy before. Pete had the blue cat blues. Then, as if things were not bad enough, along came Grumpy Toad. Grumpy Toad was never happy. He always wore a frown. But Grumpy Toad was not grumpy today. He said,
These cool blue magic sunglasses make the blues go away. They help you see things in a whole new way.
Pete put on the cool blue magic sunglasses. He looked all around. Right on! The birds are singing. The sky is bright. The sun is shining. I'm feeling all right. Pete thanked Grumpy Toad for the cool blue magic sunglasses. He went on his way, and soon he saw Squirrel. Squirrel did not look happy. Pete said, "What's wrong, Squirrel?" "I'm so mad. No! Nothing is going my way. I only found one acorn today." Pete said, "Try these cool blue magic sunglasses. They help you see things in a whole new way." Squirrel put on the cool blue magic sunglasses and looked all around. Awesome! The birds are singing. The sky is bright. The sun is shining. I'm feeling all right. Pete said goodbye to Squirrel and continued on his way. Soon he saw his friend Turtle. Turtle did not look happy. "What's wrong, Turtle?" Pete asked.
I'm so frustrated. Nothing is going my way. I'm all upside down today.
Pete said, "Try these cool blue magic sunglasses. They help you see things in a whole new way." Turtle put on the cool blue magic sunglasses and looked all around. Far out! The birds are singing, the sky is bright, the sun is shining. I'm feeling all right. Pete kept rolling along until he saw Alligator. Alligator did not look happy. "What's wrong, Alligator?" Pete asked.
I'm so sad. Nothing is going my way. No one wants to play with me today.
Pete said, "Try these cool blue magic sunglasses. They help you see things in a whole new way." Alligator put on the cool blue magic sunglasses and looked all around.
Rockin'! The birds are singing, the sky is bright, the sun is shining. I'm feeling all right.
Pete was rolling along and feeling all right when suddenly he fell back. The cool blue magic sunglasses went crack. Pete didn't know what to do without those sunglasses. Just then, Pete looked up at the tree. Wise old owl said,
Pete, you don't need magic sunglasses to see things in a whole new way. Just remember to see the good in every day.
Pete looked around without his sunglasses. Too cool! The birds are singing, the sky is bright, the sun is shining. We're feeling all right. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell for many more stories. See you next time. Pete the Cat and the New Guy by Kimberly and James Dean. It was Sunday and Pete's friend had come to play. They were rocking to a new song when beep, beep, beep. There was a noise coming from across the street. Wise old owl had a view from his tree. Pete said, Hey owl, what do you see? Owl said,
All I see are green shoes and a red hat.
Pete answered, Sounds like my kind of cat. Pete could not imagine who this new guy could be. I really hope it's a new friend for me. On Monday, Pete wanted to say hi, but he was feeling kind of shy. So he just rode by and by and by. Until finally, Pete got to meet the new guy. Pete said, I never met anyone quite like you. You seem like a duck and like a beaver too. The new guy said to Pete, Hi, my name is Gus. Glad to meet you too. I'm a platypus. Pete said, You're not like me and I'm not like you, but I think being different is really very cool. On Tuesday, Pete and Gus took a walk down the street. They came to Squirrel, who was playing in a tree. Hi, Gus, said Squirrel. Climbing is easy. Try and see. Gus gave the tree a try, but the branch was too high. I wish I could climb like you, but climbing is something I just can't do. Pete said, Don't be sad, don't be blue. There is something everyone can do. On Wednesday, Pete and Gus took a walk down the street. They came to Pete's friend Grumpy Toad, who said,
Come play leapfrog with me. Jumping is easy. Try and see.
Gus jumped and leaped, but he couldn't get over Toad or Pete.
I wish I could jump like you, but jumping is something I just can't do.
Pete said, Don't be sad, don't be blue. There is something everyone can do. On Thursday, Pete and Gus took a walk down the street. Soon they saw Octopus, who said,
Come juggle with me. Juggling is easy. Try and see. I wish I could juggle like you, but juggling is something I just can't do.
Pete said, Don't be sad, don't be blue. There is something everyone can do. On Friday, Pete and Gus took a walk down the street. Gus said,
I can't juggle or jump or climb a tree. It's no fun around here for me.
On Saturday, Pete hoped Gus would come out to play. I wish Gus wasn't sad. I wish Gus wasn't blue. I wish there was something we could do. Just then, Pete heard a groovy sound. It was coming from across the street. Gus was rocking to his own beat. Sweet! Pete said, Check out Gus the platypus. He found something cool he can do with us. He's not sad. He's not blue. Gus found something that everyone can do. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell for many more stories. See you next time!
Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on the farm he had some chicken, E-I-E-I-O. With a cluck cluck here and a cluck cluck there, here a cluck, there a cluck, everywhere a cluck cluck. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on the farm he had some dogs, E-I-E-I-O. With a woof woof here and a woof woof there, here a woof, there a woof, everywhere a woof woof. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on the farm he had some pigs, E-I-E-I-O. With an oink oink here and an oink oink there, here an oink, there an oink, everywhere an oink oink. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on the farm he had some frogs, E-I-E-I-O. With a ribbit ribbit here and a ribbit ribbit there, here a ribbit, there a ribbit, everywhere a ribbit ribbit. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O.
Hello, friends! Today we are going to read Pete the Cat Saves Christmas, created and illustrated by James Dean, story by Eric Litwin. 'Twas the day before Christmas and Santa was ill. In the cold winter wind, he had caught a bad chill. Will Christmas be cancelled? Will it come to that? Never! Cried Santa. Let's call Pete the Cat. Santa asked Pete to deliver the toys to all the good girls and all the good boys. I'll do it, said Pete. And although I am small, at Christmas we give, so I'll give it my all.
Give it your all. Give it your all. At Christmas we give, so give it your all.
Pete jumped in his minibus and started to roll. Road trip! Cried Pete. First stop, the North Pole. The reindeer were waiting to give Pete a tow, so he packed up the presents and told them to go. Then the minibus flew, just like in a movie. Pete the Cat cried, "This is totally groovy!" "I can do it," said Pete. "And although I am small, at Christmas we give, so I'll give it my all."
Give it your all. Give it your all. At Christmas we give, so give it your all.
As the children were sleeping all snug in their beds, Pete and his reindeer appeared overhead. Straight down the chimney Pete flew in a dash, then back in his minibus, quick as a flash. Each time he delivered a holiday gift, he crossed off a name written on Santa's list. Santa's list was so big, and Pete felt so small. But at Christmas we give, so he gave it his all.
Give it your all. Give it your all. At Christmas we give, so give it your all.
At the very last minute, they reached the last house. Pete dashed in and out, just as quiet as a mouse. Then, right at the break of the new Christmas day, Pete and his reindeer were flying away. Back at the North Pole, old Santa was waiting.
Thank you, Pete.
The elves and the townsfolk were all celebrating.
Small is cool.
Santa was dressed in his red coat and hat and cried, "Hip, hip, hooray! For our friend Pete the cat." "I did it," said Pete. "And although I am small, in the spirit of Christmas, I gave it my all."
Give it your all. Give it your all. At Christmas we give. So give it your all. Give it your all. Give it your all. At Christmas we give. So give it your all.
The end. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay tuned for many more cool stories like this one. Merry Christmas! Learn shapes and colors with Pete the Kitty. Pete the Kitty thinks learning shapes and colors is groovy. So get ready to learn lots of different shapes and colors with Pete the Kitty and his friends. Circle, square, rectangle, triangle, circle, square, rectangle, triangle, circle, square, rectangle, triangle. That was groovy! Now let's learn more shapes with Pete the Kitty and his friends. Diamond, oval, star, heart, diamond, oval, star, heart, diamond, oval, star, heart. Now let's do one with all the different shapes. Circle, square, rectangle, triangle, diamond, oval, star, heart. Sweet! Now, can you guess the shapes and their colors? What shape and color is this? It's a blue square. What shape and color is this? It's a red circle. What shape and color is this? It's an orange triangle. What about this one? It's a pink rectangle. And this one? It's a blue heart. How about this one? It's a yellow diamond. What's this shape and color? It's a purple oval. Do you know this one? It's a green star. Great job! We hope you've had fun learning shapes and colors with Pete the Kitty. Hello friends! Today we are going to read Pete the Cat's Snow Days, written and illustrated by James Dean. Pete the cat wakes up and gets ready for school. He has show and tell today there.
There is no school today, says Pete's mom. It's a snow day. Hooray! Yells Pete. Let's go sledding, says Pete. Great idea, says his brother Bob. Pete puts on his hat, boots, and mittens. I'm ready to go, he says. On the way, Pete makes snowballs. He throws one at Bob. Bob throws one back. Pete makes a snow cat. Snow days are way more fun than school days, he says. Sledding hill, here we come, says Pete. He can't wait to get there. Pete waves to Callie. Come sledding with us, he says. The hill is big. Trey and Emma look small at the top. Crunch, crunch goes the snow as Pete, Bob, and Callie go up, up, up. Whee! They yell as they go down, down, down. I love snow days, says Pete. On the way home, Pete and Bob stop at Trey's house. The hot chocolate is yummy. What a fun day, says Pete. Tomorrow at school, I'll tell my class all about it. Pete wakes up to more snow. It's not a school day. It's another snow day. Pete makes a snow fort. He throws snowballs. He makes a snow dog. Then he has fun sledding. He can't wait to tell his teacher about it. But the next day is a snow day too. There's too much snow. Pete and Bob can barely even open the front door. Before you go sledding, please shovel the walk, says Mom. But shoveling is hard work. When Pete is done, he's too tired to go sledding. Pete misses his teacher. He misses the other cats in his class. Pete can't wait to go back to school tomorrow. But when Pete wakes up, it's snowing. Oh no, he says. Not another snow day. Pete wants to go to school. So Pete plows the streets all by himself. The other cats rush outside. They help clear the snow. Everyone wants to go to school. The streets are clear and safe. The bus can drive. School is open. All the kids are excited to see their teacher. He has a snow day show and tell. When it's Pete's turn, he tells everyone about the fun he had in the snow. I love snow days, says Pete, but I love school best. The end.
Pete the cat, Super Pete! Pete the cat is out for a walk. Pete listens to owls. He listens to the frogs. Just then, Pete hears a beep. It is not coming from outside. It is coming from his watch. Pete races home. It is time for Pete the cat to become Super Pete! Pete presses a button in his room. The wall slides away. Pete sees a set of steps. Down, down, down he goes. Pete steps into his lair. It is full of groovy things to help him fight crime. Pete the cat puts on his awesome cat suit. He puts on his cape and his sneakers. Now, Super Pete is ready to save the city. Pete sees a flashing light. There is a message on his computer. It is the mayor. Come quick, Super Pete, the mayor says. We need your help. There is trouble at the warehouse. Pete pulls a lever. Whoosh! Pete's nifty jet sinks into his lair. Pete hops into the jet. He zips into the air. Super Pete is on his way to save the day. Pete races through the sky. He hits a button. The jet shimmers. The jet disappears. Now the jet is invisible. No one will know Super Pete is coming. Pete hovers over the warehouse. He straps on a parachute. He jumps. Pete lands on the roof. He goes inside the warehouse. It is dark. He cannot see. Pete puts on his night vision goggles. He sees two bad guys. They are carrying a box. Pete picks up a rock. He puts it in his slingshot. The rock hits the box. The bad guys drop the box. They climb out a window. Pete races to the window. The bad guys have a boat. They are getting away. Pete pushes a button on his catsuit. His sneakers turn to flippers. A mask closes over his face. Pete jumps into the water. He swims after the bad guys. Pete takes a rope from his pocket. He twirls it over his head. Pete aims. He throws. The rope catches the boat. Pete pulls himself along the rope. Pete climbs into the bad guy's boat. He ties up the bad guys. Pete pushes a button on his watch. His jet appears above him. Pete pulls the bad guys into his jet. Pete brings the bad guys to the mayor. Super Pete saved the day. The end. The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round all day long. The horn on the bus goes beep, 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 beep. The horn on the bus goes beep, beep, beep all day long. The signals on the bus go blink, 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 blink. The signals on the bus go blink, blink, blink all day long. The cats on the bus go, let's rock out, let's rock out, let's rock out. The cats on the bus go, let's rock out all day long. Hello, friends. Today we are going to read Pete the Cat and the Treasure Map by James Dean. Captain Pete looks across Cat Cove. The sun is sparkling on the water. It's a beautiful day for an adventure. Something flies toward Captain Pete's ship. It's a parrot. Squawk, says the parrot. She gives Captain Pete a crumpled piece of paper. What is it? Asks First Mate Callie. Captain Pete looks at the paper. There's a long trail that ends with an X. It's a treasure map, he says. Treasure? Says First Mate Callie. Where? On Secret Island, says Captain Pete. Let's go, says First Mate Callie. Woo-hoo! Woo! Cries the crew. Treasure! Swoosh! Splash! Captain Pete steers the ship through the big waves. The salty wind pushes the sails. The ship is going really fast. Good job, mateys, says Captain Pete. We'll be there in no time. Uh-oh, Captain Pete spoke too soon. He spies something coming toward them. What is that? Asks First Mate Callie. A giant arm reaches up and splashes the water. It makes a wave that crashes down on Pete's boat. Splash! Squawk! Cries the parrot. Arr! Yells the crew. Kersplash! Another arm comes crashing down. The crew is scared, but not Captain Pete. He knows that the monster isn't trying to scare them. He's rocking a cool beat. Captain Pete takes out his guitar and strums. The monster rises out of the water. The crew takes cover, but the monster stops when he hears Pete playing. He nods his head along. He's not a scary sea monster. He's an awesome sea drummer. Rock on, says Captain Pete. Thanks, booms the monster. Oh no, Captain, shouts First Mate Callie. A big storm is coming. Batten down the hatches, says Captain Pete. Everyone gets ready for the storm. The waves toss the ship, but the crew is brave. Captain Pete has an idea. Hey there, friend, he yells to the sea monster. We need some help. The monster grabs the ship with his giant arms and gives it a great big boost. The ship moves right through the storm. Hooray! Woo! Shouts the crew as the monster swims up to the boat. Thanks, friend, yells Captain Pete. No problem, booms the monster. Land ho! Yells First Mate Callie, pointing out over the sea. All the pirates rush to look. It's Secret Island, says Captain Pete. On the beach, their buddy Grumpy Toad is waiting with a glittering pile of treasure. Ahoy, mateys! You got my map, Grumpy Toad says. Treasure is no fun if you can't share it with your friends. The crew is so happy. They do cartwheels in the sand. Thanks, Grumpy Toad, they shout. I think we're missing something, says Captain Pete. Let's play some music. What a great idea, says Grumpy Toad. The pirates load all the treasure onto the ship. Captain Pete takes out his guitar and strums. But something is missing from his song. Our drummer, Captain Pete says as the sea monster pops his head above the waves. Would you like to join my crew? Aye, booms the monster. Rock on, Captain Pete says as the monster joins in on a rocking pirate tune. Captain Pete's crew is complete. All the pirates sing, yo ho, a pirate's life for us. The end. Hello, friends. Today we are going to read Pete the Cat Trick or Treat by Kimberly and James Dean. It's Halloween. Pete the Cat is excited to go trick-or-treating in his superhero costume. I hope nothing too spooky happens, says Pete. Don't worry, says Pete's dad. We have our flashlights. Boo! Let's go trick-or-treating, says Pete. Pete and his dad walk outside. The wind rustles the leaves. Pete sees something moving in the tree. Whoosh! It's just an owl. That wasn't too spooky, says Pete. They arrive at a neighbor's house. Pete rings the bell. Boo! Meow! He hears a strange sound coming to the door. Trick or treat! It's just Callie, Pete says. She's not too spooky. Callie joins Pete and his dad trick-or-treating. At the next house, there is something in the yard. Phew! It's just a scarecrow, says Pete. That's not too spooky. Boo! Pete rings the doorbell. Trick or treat, say Pete and Callie. Happy Halloween! Awesome costume, says Pete. Very spooky, but not too spooky. Thank you, says Mrs. Gold, the crossing guard. At the next house, there is something glowing on the steps. Cool, says Pete. Jack-o'-lanterns. Callie rings the doorbell. Trick or treat, say Pete and Callie. Happy Halloween! It's Pete's teacher. 1 piece of candy each, she says. Suddenly, they hear something behind them. What was that? Asks Callie. Oh, it's just our friend Emma, says Pete. Not spooky, but groovy. 1 last house and then we'll go home, says Pete's dad. Pete rings the bell. Ding dong! Beware! Yikes! It's a spooky ghost! Screams Pete. Don't be silly, Pete. It's just me, says Grandma. Callie and Pete get treats and hugs. Trick-or-treating wasn't too spooky after all. It was actually full of sweet surprises. Happy Halloween!
Ready, set, 1, 2, 3, 4.
The Petes go marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. The Petes go marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. The Petes go marching one by one. The groovy one stops to have some fun, and they all go marching down to town to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. The Petes go marching 2 by 2, hurrah, hurrah. The Petes go marching 2 by 2, hurrah, hurrah. The Petes go marching 2 by 2. The groovy one stops to meet the crew, and they all go marching down to town to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. The Petes go marching 3 by 3, hurrah, hurrah. The Petes go marching 3 by 3, hurrah, hurrah. The Petes go marching 3 by 3. The groovy one stops for a tambourine, and they all go marching down to town to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. The Petes go marching 4 by 4, hurrah, hurrah. The Petes go marching 4 by 4, hurrah, hurrah. The Petes go marching 4 by 4. The groovy one stops by at the store, and they all go marching down to town to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. Music store. The Petes go marching 5 by 5, hurrah, hurrah. The Petes go marching 5 by 5, hurrah, hurrah. The Petes go marching 5 by 5. The groovy one stops to take a drive, and they all go marching down to town to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. The Petes go marching 6 by 6, hurrah, hurrah. The Petes go marching 6 by 6, hurrah, hurrah. The Petes go marching 6 by 6. The groovy one stops to pick up sticks, and they all go marching down to town to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. The Petes go marching 7 by 7, hurrah, hurrah. The Petes go marching 7 by 7, hurrah, hurrah. The Petes go marching 7 by 7. The groovy one stops to play rock and roll heaven, and they all go marching down to town to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. The Petes go marching 8 by 8, hurrah, hurrah. The Petes go marching 8 by 8, hurrah, hurrah. The Petes go marching 8 by 8. The groovy one stops for his bandmates, and they all go marching down to town to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom. The Petes go marching 9 by 9, hurrah, hurrah. The Petes go marching 9 by 9, hurrah, hurrah. The Petes go marching 9 by 9. The groovy one stops to check the time, and they all